What is up, Ambush people? So, in the last video, I talked about this phrase called manifest destiny, and that's a big term when it comes to not only this chapter but this period as a whole. It is the belief that Americans believed that God wanted them to expand from the Atlantic Ocean to the Pacific Ocean. It was their God-given right. So today we are going to talk about the election right in the middle of this. Because we live in America, so elections happen every 4 years, no matter what's going on. A pandemic could be going on, and we still have an election. So, this whole thing is going on. This battle of sectionalism is going on. This battle of slavery versus free versus slave state is going on. So let's see. Because slavery was allowed in Texas, many Northerners were opposed to its annexation, leading the northern wing of the Democratic Party. Former President Martin Van Buren opposed immediate annexation. Challenging him for the Democratic nomination in 1844 was the pro-slavery, pro-annexation Southerner John C. Calhoun. The dispute between these candidates caused the Democratic convention to deadlock, to cease to be productive. After hours of wrangling, the Democratic finally nominated a dark horse, a lesser-known candidate. The mandate chose James K. Polk of Tennessee, had been a protege of Andrew Jackson. Firmly committed to expansion and manifest destiny, Polk favored the annexation of Texas, the reoccupation of all of Oregon, and the acquisition of California. The Democratic slogan, 54-40 or fight, appealed strongly to American Westerners and Southerners who in 1844 were in an expansionist mood. Henry Clay of Kentucky, a Whig nominee, attempted to straddle the controversial issue of Texas annexation, saying at first that he was against it and later that he was for it. This strategy alienated a group of voters in New York State who abandoned the Whig Party to support the anti-slavery Liberty Party. In a close election, the Whigs' loss of New York's electoral votes proved decisive, and Polk, the Democratic dark horse, was the victor. The Democrats interpreted the election as a mandate to add Texas to the Union. So Polk got elected, this lesser-known candidate on the Democratic side. Let's see how he addresses the issues of annexing Texas and dividing Oregon. Outgoing President John Taylor took the election of Polk as a signal to push the annexation of Texas through Congress, instead of seeking Senate approval of a treaty that would have required a 2/3 vote. Tyler persuaded both houses of Congress to pass a joint resolution for annexation. This procedure required only a simple majority of each house. Tyler left Polk with the problem of dealing with Mexico's reaction to annexation, and boy, Mexico does have a reaction. On the Oregon question, Polk decided to compromise with Britain and back down from his party's bellicose campaign slogan 54-40 or fight. Rather than fighting for all of Oregon, the president was willing to settle for just the southern half of it. British and American negotiators agreed to divide the Oregon Territory at the 49th parallel. Final settlement of this issue was delayed until the United States agreed to grant Vancouver Island to Britain and guarantee its rights to navigate the Columbia River. In June 1840, so a lot of concession was made to reach this Oregon deal, right? In June 1846, the treaty was submitted to the Senate for ratification. Some Northerners viewed the treaty as a sellout to Southern interests because it removed British Columbia as a source of potential free state. Nevertheless, by this time, war had broken out between the United States and Mexico. Not wanting to fight both British and Mexico, Senate opponents of the treaty reluctantly voted for compromise. So, two different stories to tell. Texas, we'll find out in the next video what the reaction to that is, which is war. If not, yeah, it's war. But Oregon, on the issue of Oregon, they decided to compromise. So very, very interesting split. See you guys in the next video.